Hello, everyone. Let us know if we're live. It still says going live, but you usually see us first. So, all right. Can you see us, Angela?
I can't. I can not see us on YouTube now. It
It
still
takes
says
a second.
waiting. Yeah. Oh, watching
We
now.
we are live. Hey, everybody. Thanks for coming. Thanks for joining us today. I'm super excited. Angela, I can't believe you haven't done any lives before.
I have on Instagram. I don't do very many. They make me so nervous.
I can't figure Instagram out yet. I am such a newbie at that one still.
I'm still learning. It's complicated and it's always changing. So,
Yeah. Well, thanks for coming. I'm super excited to have you here.
I'm excited to
And
be here.
yeah, we have 9 in the chat. Thank you, everybody in the chat box. Don't forget, if you have questions for me or for Angela, put them in all caps in the chat box and I'll keep taking a look over there. So, Angela, if I'm looking straight down, it's your questions I have in front of me. If I'm looking over here, this is the live chat. So,
Okay.
just so you're
Okay.
not like,
I have them typed out too, so I might look over at them because I jotted some answers just to make sure I don't freeze.
perfect. Okay, well, can you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Oh, yeah. So, not VIPKID related. I was about to say, I'll with VIPKID, but that's the next question.
Anything
Let's
you
see.
want is fine. We can adapt. We'll adjust. We're teachers. We got this.
Awesome. Well, I'll combine those. I'm Angela Silva. I've been with VIPKID for about 3 years. I'm married with 2 kiddos. I got a 7-year-old daughter and a 4-year-old little boy. We live in coastal North Carolina now, super close to the beach, which is awesome.
Oh, nice.
Today's my dog's 10th birthday, so it's really exciting today. I'm really excited for her. Let's see what else. I am a YouTuber. I do work for a few other companies, live teaching and some other projects. I just kind of dabble in a lot of things. I've been married for 9 years. I already say that. My husband's a dentist, but he's a brand new, fresh dentist. So he'll still getting his feet wet in dentistry. His hands wet, I should say. So yeah, I don't know. That's about me, I guess.
Cool. Did you buy your puppy like a frozen dog treat or cake or?
She has like a big ham bone, and then we're gonna like boil her some chicken. It's hard because she's old, and I'm worried that she'll throw up or choke or something.
Yeah. Aw, poor puppy.
It's okay. I'm glad she's here.
Oh, Stephanie, she said, "Hey, I've been waiting for this. I watched her and Nancy when I was getting hired."
Awesome. Yes. And Cindy, hey, this is cool. The live chat's cool. I'll have to do this more.
It is. You can come on here anytime or do it live and we'll all watch you on your channel. Okay. Did I even say hi to everybody or introduce myself? I don't think I did.
No.
Hey, Kelly's here and Savannah and Angela, you're in the chat.
Yeah.
And Stephanie and Cindy. And for the rest of you that I can't see in the chat, thanks for coming. My name is Kasie Oswald and welcome to my channel. But really, this is all about Angela today. So let's see, you've been working with VIPKID for 3 years. And what was your why for starting?
I started because I was looking for more work to do from home. I was already working from home for a different company, and my mom and my husband was in dental school, and we were living on food stamps and his student loans, and I had a baby and a 3-year-old. It was so stressful living like that, and childcare was really there, and my son was a baby and nursing. It was really just a tough situation to go out and get a job, and so my mom is the one who said that a girl I grew up with was doing this. And I was like, that doesn't sound real, but I'm desperate. So, okay, mom. And I was like, I'll look it up. So I went to her Facebook profile to find the name of the company because it said like works at VIPKID. Because it was like a few weeks after my mom said that, it kind of stuck in my head. And I was like, well, I'll go see what this girl does. And so I went to her Facebook profile to find the name. And then I took that to Google. It was like, what is this? Nancy had already had some videos up at that point, just a few though, but there wasn't really anything. So I just was like, I might as well try it because what do I have to lose? I have nothing, literally nothing to lose. So that was my why. I was really in a pinch, really needed something to generate income, one, and to two, kind of give me a sense of like purpose each day while I was in the throes of motherhood. So that's kind of my why.
And it doesn't cost anything to get started, so that helps.
Yeah, I was really nervous about that because that's what every like perfect, dream work from home job.
Right.
There's always a catch. That's why I was like, what's the catch? What's the sign up fee here? What do I got to do? And I couldn't do anything like that. I didn't have the money to. So that's what it worked out. It was a perfect match for what I needed.
So what did you do before VIP Kid or before babies? You're so young though. I'm like thinking college. I don't know. High
Well,
school.
during and after college, I worked for Owlet baby monitors. If you've heard of them, they created the little sock that goes on a baby's foot and it measures their pulse ox and their heart rate. And
Okay.
yeah, so I worked in marketing for them. In fact, if you go to their website, I'm all over their blog still. I wrote for their blog and did some email marketing in the very beginning. And I was also a contributing writer for Healthy Utah Magazine. I was doing a lot of writing. And so, but it wasn't very consistent. And Owlet was based in Utah, which is where I lived. And then when I moved with my husband for dental school, they grew. First of all, they're huge now. There's like 12 people total when I started with them in the whole company. And now they're like a huge company. And so when I moved, that I didn't keep that position. And so I was like, I need something else to do from home. So anyway, that's what I did before VIP Kid and a little after, but I kind of phased out of those jobs as VIP Kid grew.
Right. Great. Hey, Candy, thanks for coming. Oh, she's got questions already. Love it, Candy. On your channel, you have talked to the LPs. Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Are you ready to get into a question about LPs?
Yeah, let's do it.
Man, Candy, you rock. What kind of teacher do the LPs prefer?
They're going to look at your profile and your profile video. When I've talked with the LPs, sometimes they'll even give me feedback about like, oh, can you tell this teacher that she talked too fast? Or can you tell this teacher that she needed to use more toys? I mean, they mean props, or their TPR was not clear or something. So honestly, they're looking for masters of the fundamentals. They're looking for you using TPR and using props very cohesively, because that's how the kids learn. I mean,
right.
That's what they're looking for. That's the feedback they give.
Oh, great. See, I didn't know that. And do they follow teachers? I've heard that they sometimes do.
Yeah. So when I met the LPs, they told me each LP is responsible for a few hundred students, and they're basically responsible for their happiness. They're the liaison between the company and the parents. So the parents call them, they call the parents, and they do recommend teachers to them. So they're always looking through teachers' profiles, and they're looking for good fits for certain. The parents will say, I'm looking for this type of teacher. You know what I mean? It just, if the parents don't want to scroll through profile after profile after profile, the LPs will scroll through the profiles. So absolutely they do.
Great. I had my referral just message me, like I got goosebumps, just messaged me just now that she got, everything went through. She's been waiting like 3 weeks for her background check.
Finally.
Yes,
oh yeah.
So super excited for her.
Yeah, and
she
for you.
Go-getter. Her like intro and everything, she was like,
good.
It's super fun.
She'll be a good teacher.
What kind of profile picture do parents prefer?
I think the more professional, the better. Professional headshot. I think in a sea of pictures, if it's like a grainy selfie that's obviously a selfie, they're going to go right past you. You know what I mean? I mean, you can take your own professional looking headshot, but you have to really use good lighting, really make sure you're centered, you're smiling, and nothing's distracting. I think it's really important to be just the center of the frame and the focus and clear.
We've been talking about that a lot on here, because that's such a big topic right now of should it be in the classroom? Should it be professional? And it's kind of subjective.
I think mine's in my classroom. I think it's like, it's me, and this is let me find it. It's me holding, my son probably stole it. It's me holding a monkey puppet, and I have my headset on and I'm going like this. But it's just like me up close and the puppet with a nice smile. You can't, and I'm wearing orange, and I have my headset on, but you can see my background. So it is very much, I would say it's, I don't know, it's pseudo professional. It's like not a lifestyle, like setting. I don't know the word I'm trying to say.
It's professional, but you're in your work. You're in your professional setting. I mean, really.
Yeah. It's a professional immersed. I don't know what I'm trying to say. You know what I mean?
I gotcha.
Know what I mean?
We're there.
Good.
Stephanie said, iPhone users always take in portrait mode, says teacher Michael.
Yes, he's right. Yes.
Oh.
Always listen to Teacher Michael about these things. Always with Michael. He knows this stuff.
Stephanie, I just added you as a moderator. I didn't know that. I've watched his videos too. I guess I just never picked that up out of there. Let's
From
see.
Teacher Michael?
Yeah, I know.
Oh,
I
yeah.
keep messing with my hair. I'm thinking I'm gonna have to put it up, but I didn't bring my elastic.
I know. I wish I could give you one. I have two. Here you go. Here.
Thanks.
Yep.
Let's see. What does your VIP kid schedule look like?
Right. I only teach short notice only ever. And I teach an average 2 classes a morning, but on the weekends I will teach more. And I still open evening slots, but they aren't booking as well. So always short notice, around 2 to 4 classes a morning.
Oh, okay. Good. Now, are you still a brand ambassador? Does that changes every so often, right?
Yeah. I don't think so. I don't really know. They are totally revamped that program, and they've changed the way, like, we, as a brand ambassador, we used to like kind of do what we want. We had more autonomy and like, hey, I want to make a video about this. And now it's more on a request basis. Like the company needs a video about this. And they sent me a new contract to sign, but also said they're revamping it. So I haven't signed that contract and I haven't heard back. And I think that'll happen in January, and then coronavirus happened. So I think that's all on the back burner. I think priority is right now, like, that's not their priority. So
yeah,
I don't have much information about that.
I saw on the official page that Eric Chong was like, welcome the new brand ambassadors and things. So I wasn't sure how all that worked.
Was it the brand? I saw the community ambassadors. Did you say brand ambassadors?
Oh, maybe community. It's probably community, because the ones I saw were Facebook community leaders. So probably community.
Yeah.
I didn't even think about those being 2 different things.
Yeah, I didn't either. When they came out, I was like, what is this? Should I be on Facebook? And then I was like, oh no, this is different. I had to go into the builders program and read. There's a bunch of different ones. So I don't know. It's hard to keep up.
I know, right? So how do you handle tough or distracted kiddos?
I've learned to prevent them from getting distracted from the get-go by, I always ask, even if they're the littlest. I don't teach level 1, actually, so level 2. What did they do that day? I always ask, what'd you do today? Every single lesson I start with, what did you do today? And it's usually, I did homework, I played with my friends, I watched TV, I read a book. Usually it's like I played an instrument, and then I latch onto something and I make it personal. And so I try to find something from that question that I can incorporate and use throughout the lesson. I'll be like, oh, like you play the piano, or like your piano teacher, or you walk past the market to get to your piano lessons. I mean, I try to find something personal from the beginning and then incorporate it throughout the lesson. Or I'd be silly and try to change my voice so it startles them to get them to look back. If all else fails, I'll call for mom. I'll say, Mama, Baba, where's Baba? Where's Mama? And then they're scared that I'm calling their parents. They're usually not wearing headphones, so mom can hear me calling for her. So that scares them into compliance.
Candy wants to know, what is your favorite level to teach?
Oh, hey, Jess. Jessica's here. She's my go-to. Everyone has like their VIP kid friend, like their go-to. That's Jessica.
Hey, Jessica. Thanks for coming.
Thank you for coming, Jess. She probably messaged me this morning. I haven't messaged back, so sorry about that.
It's okay. Right. I never sent Angela the link for today, so she was waiting on me.
We made it happen.
Okay.
Okay, sorry. What is your
favorite level to teach?
Oh, let me go back to there. My favorite is probably levels 4 and 5, just because I like older students who can actually share about their life. I like when they get to that point where they can actually contribute to the conversation, because it makes it so much less of a job. It's like I show up and I'm just talking with them, and then every once in a while I'll be like, oh, remember strong R, like park. Okay, now keep telling me. It's just a conversation where I'm supposed to correct them tactfully. So I love levels 4 and 5, because they're still learning so much, where you can still see them make progress, but they already know enough where they can they just make class exciting. They become your little friends, Right.
I always say, in Japan, I got paid to teach conversational English. So we would go to the coffee shop and talk, and I would get paid. And I'm like, I can't get paid for this. This is like my favorite thing to do in the world.
That would be so cool. I want to do that right now.
Great. It was great. Okay, where am I? Favorite levels. What do you know now that you wish you knew when you started with VIPKID?
Wow. There's a question of kind of about this. I would say the one right above this on our that you sent me. What's a challenge you've had to overcome with online teaching?
Uh-huh.
This goes into what I wish I would have known. I feel like I guess when you get hired, you think that's the way it's going to be forever, and there are so many changes. And I feel like every time there's a change, people are up in arms and they're like, "This is ridiculous! And so many tickets, I can't teach this way." And then a few months go by, and you adjust, and you're not complaining about that anymore. So if there's something I wish I would have known, it's to anticipate those changes and to be resilient, like push through it. Like I remember when they changed to interactive level 2 and everyone's like, I am having the certification removed. This is the worst. I mean, people have been calling for hiring freezes for 3 years, like ever since I started. And I get that. Everyone asks me that all the time. Are they over hiring? Like, I've been asked that question for 3 years. So no,
Yeah.
I don't
I got a
think
message
so.
this morning from one of my friends that were thinking about coming to VIPKID. She's already used my code and everything and hasn't done any more. And she's like, see? And I'm like, it's just hearsay.
Exactly. Everyone has been saying that for 3 years. And what if they did that 3 years ago? How many wouldn't be here if they froze 3 years ago? I mean, no, they're smart. They're a very big company who tracks their numbers, I promise. So they'll do what they're strategic. It's not just a free for all that they don't monitor.
Let's see. What are your favorite props and rewards?
Oh, I love my star wand I got from Target. The kids love when I give them a star at the same time and I go, woo, when they think they think it's me. They love that. I use my microphone. Yeah, they love that. They think I have the magic, the star magic. I use my microphone so much. What else? Puppet. I love my Megan Mike puppets. These come in handy all the time. Rewards, I use I draw a lot, or I love for my older students, I use the Google Slides hand art. I don't know who made this, but it's so cool. They have to pick a number and then it's like people drew animals on their hands and they look so real. And so the kids pick a number and then it's like a chameleon, but it was painted on a human hand, but you can't tell it's a human hand. That's my favorite Google Slides reward.
Animal hand art?
Yeah, let me find it.
We're going to have to look that one up.
It's right here. So all of my students think this, at first they're like, I tell them about it and they're kind of like, okay, like, let's just move on. So I'm like, we're going to look at hand art. And they're like, okay. But then I pull it up and I show them, I'm like, no, look. And then they're like, oh, whoa, like it's super impressive. Let me show you.
Okay.
If the person who made this is watching, like, you're a genius. This was so cool. Like,
we have to find out who.
It's loading. We can move on, and when it loads, I'll show you. But.
Well, let me say hi to a few more. If I haven't said hi, teacher, let's see. I just saw her. Teacher Kim is here. Thanks, Kim. And Kim actually gave me her time today. Hey, Tim. Online teacher dude Tim is here. I said hi to Jessica. Esther's here. Hey, Esther. Teacher Daniel. If I missed anybody, I am so sorry, but thank you all for coming. Let's see. Oh yeah, thank you, Kelly. Always looking out. She said for them to write in caps.
Oh yeah, questions in caps.
Yes. Let's see. We got that one. Hi, just joining y'all. I've enjoyed Angela's videos, especially during my mock class stage.
Thank you. Good.
Oh, here's a good question for you. How do you get parents to leave feedback? Do parents even read the feedback?
I don't know if they read it. I don't know. As a parent, I probably would, but I bet I would get old after a while. I bet at first I'd be really excited to see what my kid's foreign teacher had to say. Like, is my kid a genius? But then after a while, I'd be like, oh yeah, we'll practice. It's fine.
Yeah.
How do I get parents to leave feedback? I always ask for it in the parent feedback. So this is kind of a funny story. You have a question about if I went to China. I did go to China, and this is back when the competition was around feedback. They had different criteria. I totally thought I was going to win for parent feedback. And I got hired in May 2017, but middle of May. So I really started teaching in June. I think they started the contest in August. And so I had like one YouTube video or two up. I wasn't like doing much with that. So but I was teaching like crazy and doing well. I loved it. And I was always fully booked and I was getting great feedback from the parents. Like, I just love teaching and kids. And so when I saw that a criteria to go to Beijing was parent feedback, I was like, oh, this is me, I'm going. And I started telling parents, not only in parent feedback, but in the chat box, if you leave me feedback, I can come meet you in Beijing, leave me feedback. And they did. And so I did, but then I went for referring and I was like shocked because I really thought, and I remember telling my husband, like, I could win a trip to China, like, because the parents like me. That's what I totally thought I was going to win for. But leave it in the chat box, because even if they don't read your feedback, a lot of times they rewatch the class. And if it pops up in the chat box while they're rewatching it, like on the goodbye slide before you end class, like have it, excuse me, if you have sticky notes on your computer, just keep a sticky note with a blurb there, like in English and Chinese, and just quickly copy paste that into the chat box while you're saying goodbye or before you're saying goodbye, before class ends, because then they might not see it. But if you paste that during class, then they're more likely to see it and leave you feedback. So that's just, you can't make anyone leave you feedback, but that's just another way to ask for it, I guess.
Right. I know there's going to be a question in here. What do you say?
How
do you ask?
I always say, I appreciate your 5-apple rating and the teacher feedback. Thank you, Angela XSD. I always include my show name.
Yeah.
But that's what I say. Yeah.
Oh,
Teacher Kim said it worked. She said that she's heard that they read the UA feedback and tried it and it worked. So that's good to know. The UA is a good place to put that too.
Yeah, I've been trying it too.
Yeah? Is it working?
I only have 5% 5-apple feedback. Knock on wood, I don't have any negative, but yeah. I've been with VIPKID for like 260 something days. And I just checked this morning, that's why I know. And I've had one student for 90 days now, almost 90 classes, and one student for 80 something, and all of those have never left feedback.
That's so rough.
Anyway, I'm working on it.
It's hard because I feel like once you have a regular parent, they just get in a groove and they feel like they don't need to leave you feedback because like they're just going to keep booking you. Like, isn't that enough for you, Teacher Kasie? I keep rebooking you.
Right? No,
complaining for feedback. I know, right? Seriously.
Very true. We've got to be flexible. Angela, were you in a VIPKID commercial?
Yes, they still air it. I'm in a VIPKID commercial in China, not the USA.
Oh, fun. Wait, yeah. I think I heard you mention that in one of your videos.
Yeah, I have it in a video. Like, I don't know where it is. I have a YouTube video, and I think it's just called my VIPKID commercial.
Oh, I don't know.
It's cute. Yeah, I love it.
That'll be fun. Let's see. So you said you went to China. Did you get to meet a bunch of students, or how did your trip go?
Oh, yes. It was crazy. I don't think I could ever go to China without like a tour guide. Oh, it was crazy. I'm glad. What I'm saying is I'm really glad VIPKID facilitated it, because I would have been lost without them bringing me place to place. But yeah, they arranged. It was one of the first Beijing trips. It was like the second actually ever. And so it's they've gotten a lot better, but it was still amazing. The student meetup was actually, I got in trouble because once I found out I won, I was telling some of my students in class and their parents, I'm coming, contact your LP, come meet me. And then I got an email from the guy who was facilitating the teacher trip. And he was like, Angela, please stop telling your students that you're coming to Beijing because they're calling us and we can't accommodate them all. And I was like, oh, sorry. And then he was like, each teacher can send a list of 10 students you want to meet, and we'll try our best to bring them all. And then when I got to Beijing, he was like, he handed out our list and was like, here are your students that are coming. And I had a student on there that I didn't put on my list, but I immediately recognized his name. And it's because it was like a tricky student that I didn't want to teach. And the reason I didn't want to teach him is because he like hurt his pet rabbit in class with me. He like picked up the rabbit by the ears and swung it. And I was like, it was very stressful. This kid, yeah. But he was the one who was coming. And I was like, oh, cool. No. And it actually ended up being really positive, and I ended up teaching him after, but I was nervous because I had brought gifts for the 10 on my list, and they were special gifts. And then they were like, this kid's coming. I was like, first of all, like PTSD from that class. Like I was very triggered with that class. Second of all, I don't have a gift for him, but I made it work. And they actually gave me this big Chinese sign. His parents brought that.
Oh,
and I taught him after that, and he's kind of grown up, and I hope doesn't hurt animals anymore. But anyway,
Yeah.
it was really great to meet students. It was the highlight of the trip, but it was just kind of funny because it was not very organized and kind of chaotic. But yeah, easily the highlight of the trip.
That's great. Let's see. I have one kid with over 105 classes and no feedback. These were two regulars I've been with 30 to 40 times, and they each left me one rating. Meeting students is so much fun. Oh yeah, Tim, you got to meet students too? I haven't heard of any upcoming Beijing trips this year. Have you? Wish they didn't take that referring category away. Have you heard of?
I mean, I bet they can't probably. It's just everything's so up in the air right now. It's hard to like plan travel, you know. So I'm sure that's.
Yeah, I think there's a ban in China right now still, right? That you have to be quarantined for so long. That might be hearsay. The last time I read about it.
They're going to have to wait till everything's like, there's no chance of, you know, getting sick, being quarantined, being denied, you know what I mean? It falling apart, probably.
Right. Okay, let's see. Are you tech savvy? And what tech do you use in your classroom?
No, I'm not tech savvy. Everyone assumes I am because I YouTube. I'm not tech savvy at all.
No.
I know, but people ask me tech questions all the time, and I'm like, I don't know what you're saying. I Google one thing at a time that I need to figure out as they come up, and then I learn that, and then I move on, and that's just how I have to do things because I'm not tech savvy. But I would love to be. Like, my daughter who's 7 does coding in school, and I was like, why didn't they do this with me? Because I would love to be able to. So I'm learning slowly. I'm building my website right now, and it's hard. It's taking me forever, and I keep thinking I should hire out for this, but I'm glad I'm learning it. I'm forcing myself to learn it, but so no, I'm not tech savvy, darn it.
I am so proud of my husband. I'm going to give him a quick shout out if you don't mind, but you have to check out teachingwithkasie.com because my husband has built that website. Like I don't know how he does it. I watch him like adding all of these codes and everything. And guys, I don't even know how he does it, but he puts a ton of time in it. But he's even linked our friends, the ones that a bunch of them that are blue in the chat. He put their links on there, and he's the one that told me, "Hey, what are your friends' links?" And I asked them. So yeah,
this is amazing.
Yeah, he really he works hard on that. That's not me at all.
My husband could not do something like this for me. Dang it! I'm like,
well, my husband's a computer guy.
Okay, mine's not.
He works, computer networking. So it's not specific to website design or anything. But
you would have paid a lot for that website, though.
Really?
Yeah.
Phew. Maybe he needs a part-time job.
He deserves that shout out. He should go on Fiverr or something, or just put his services out there.
Funny. I don't think he ever would, but let's see. How many followers do you have?
I don't know. I think I have, it's a little flower. 1395, 1,395 followers.
Oh, good. I
think so.
I don't know. I think I'm at like 40 something.
It's such an imaginary number. It's such an imaginary number. They're like imaginary students.
Right.
There are people with 40 who are fully booked, and there are people with a lot, and like I don't fill my evening slots. So I mean, it's very arbitrary, you know.
Right now, I'm surprised I'm still filling my morning and my evenings. So I've been teaching like 6 or 7 in the mornings, except yesterday. 3 canceled and I closed them quick and slept in. And my evenings, I have about 2 to 6 per night.
What levels do you get booked?
1 through 6, but my evening ones are generally older, and my morning ones seem to be all my babies.
I think I need to get my level 6 certification. A lot of my level 5s are aging up there, and so I think I'm going to do that maybe this week.
I've only taught 2 level 6 classes, I think 3 maybe, but I have a lot of Starlight too. A lot of Starlight.
Yeah.
On the app, what's that?
Oh, I'm reading those too right now. I see your question.
On the app, are some of the followers learning partners, or are they only parents?
Only parents. And look, teacher Kim said Eric said the LPs don't follow you. I don't think they can follow you, but they look you up. I don't know if I wasn't clear about that earlier.
Yeah. Well,
hey, Tara.
Oh, I'm thinking following on WeChat. I know some of them follow friends on WeChat.
Oh, I have some there too. I think I want to make sure teacher Kim, and she's clarifying. I want everyone to make sure I'm talking about I think we're talking about 3 different things.
Mm-hmm.
The followers on your app with the flower are only parents of VIPKid students. Earlier when we talked about can LPs follow you, I meant like they can look up any teacher. Like they can keep tabs on any teacher, and if they find a good teacher, they're going to recommend you to their students. I don't think they contribute to that follower number though. And then the third is like, yeah, I've connected with them on WeChat because I met them in person in Beijing. But to connect on WeChat, it's like you have to send a request, you have to know their name, you have to accept it. That's the only way I've been able to. So those are the 3 things we talked about. Followers on your app, they can look you up, and WeChat. LP's bookmark you. Yeah, teacher Kim is right. Everyone read her comments. She's clarifying it much better than I am.
Wow, it jumped on yours faster than mine. That message just came up.
Oh, about the LP's bookmarking you? My computer is kind of slow this morning, so I don't know. But yeah, she's right.
No, I'm just kidding.
Said that perfectly.
Mine's really slow then.
Call your husband.
Well, this is my iPad.
Oh,
hey, Tara. Thanks for joining us. Tara Mann is here. She said, hey, Kasie and Angela.
Tara's my friend.
Yeah, I'm in her Facebook group too. According to Eric. Awesome. Okay, so where are we? How long does it take you to video and edit your YouTube videos?
Let me find what I wrote for that. I don't know what I wrote for that. That's I have never really timed myself. I don't know if I'm normal in the way that I make my videos because, oh, there it is. It depends on the content. I'm not much of a planner. I'm more of like, if I think of something that is happening, or that, oh, people need to know about this, or, oh, I have good insight on this, then I'll just like make a video that day about it. I wish I was more scheduled. Like Nancy's really good, or she has like talked in the past about like every Tuesday is teaching, every Thursday is training or whatever. And I've tried that, but I can't do that. I'm not consistent. So when I have something I'm really excited about talking about, like the way I do things, it's easy for me to bust out a video. I can sit and talk about it. Sometimes I'll bullet point, but like, honestly, I don't that often. I'll just think about it in my head. Last night in bed, I couldn't sleep, and I was thinking about like a series I want to make. And like, I was thinking about the like headlines, like part 1 of whatever, just going through like general ESL teaching skills. Like that could be a good series. It would help people going through the process, a playlist of just like explaining TPR, explaining all these things. Anyway, things pop in my head like that, and then I just bust them out. I am a simple editor. It does not take me long, but I've gotten really better about filming in a way that reduces my editing time. I think that's what's really important. In the beginning, I'd mess up so often, or like get nervous, or like misspeak, and then I'd rewatch it and when I'm editing it and realize that I messed up, and I'd have to re-record. So now I even will like time myself like 3, 2, 1, and then I'll smile and start talking, and I'll cut like myself, and that helps me know, because a lot of times I do mess up and I need to cut myself in the middle of a paragraph, or in the middle of a phrase. And if I give myself signals, it really helps reduce my editing. So I can't give you like a time, like how long it takes me, but I don't know, like a couple hours maybe. Like it's not that long. I'm very like to the point, not a lot of editing. I try to film very efficiently, and that's kind of my process. But I'm not tech savvy, so maybe that's why.
Yeah, that's me too. I'm like, cut, paste, done.
Yeah, exactly.
Tara said she loves your videos.
Oh, thanks, Tara. I love you.
Oh, here's do you prefer GoGoKid or VIPKid curriculum?
I haven't taught a lot of GoGoKid yet. GoGoKid was, I applied for GoGoKid when there were a lot of changes with VIPKid, and I was like, this would be a smart thing to do in case I need a backup. I wanted exposure to a whole other student pool, but I've been getting my short notices booked with VIPKid. So that's my plan. I've taught 3 with GoGoKid. I like that their curriculum's more interactive. And it's a lot like if you've done the new Trial Plus certifications with VIPKid, I love them too. But I'm like, these are kind of, I don't know, they're kind of like false advertising. No, not false advertising, but I feel like the VIPKid curriculum isn't as interactive as these new Trial Plus.
Yeah, I understand. I know what you mean. I think
someone
talked about that on here before too, like the Starlight trials going into.
Yeah. And I like them. I think they keep the kids engaged. And GoGoKids is really interactive, but it's been a lot simpler. I feel like it does it. I don't know. It's not as robust. So I don't know. Pros and cons.
Right?
No, Tim, they're not.
Tara, oh my gosh, all my ideas come when I'm trying to sleep.
Girl, I was up from 1 a.m. to 5 a.m. last night. I am so tired right now. I got like 2 hours of sleep. I could not sleep last night. And that's what
Really?
that's not why, but then that's what I was doing while I was laying awake, is like thinking of video ideas and just, I don't know. Actually, you know why? You guys, I have really exciting news. Celebrate with me.
Yay!
This morning, I opened my YouTube app, actually my YouTube Studio app, and saw that I hit 20,000 subscribers. 20,000! 20,000,
Wow!
backwards, 20,006. Yesterday it was like 19,994.
Congratulations!
Thank you.
Man, you should have told those 20,000 to come watch you.
I know. I thought I did it. Well, I didn't have the link, and I know. But I am such a whim person with everything. But anyway, I'm just excited. I never thought I would do something like that. Like,
I sent the YouTube link. I just forgot to send the Zoom link.
I did share that, and I put it in my Instagram bio. Yeah,
I saw it.
I should have done it earlier, but I'll share this.
No, it's fine. I'm just picking on you. That's awesome. Congratulations.
Thank you. Woo.
Oh, so proud of you. Wow, congrats. Woo. They're all celebrating for you in the chat box.
Celebrate today. This is the best way to celebrate. I will totally edit this video and put it on my channel and just 20,000 Q&A celebration. Let's call this that. That's what this is now called.
That's awesome. Yay. Now, where am I? I'm all excited for you, and I have no idea where I'm going next.
We've jumped around. Well, there was a question. Are you a YouTuber? How long? Oh, that's what we talked about. How long is it? The final 3 questions.
Oh, Tim has been busting out videos lately too. He just posted, I think, 2 or 3 this week, right, Tim?
Tim, you have really good thumbnails too. I need to like up my thumbnail game. I always see his thumbnails and I'm like, dang, Tim's good at this.
Yeah.
I need to up my thumbnail game.
I need to up my game in general. That's why I do lives, because I'm like, oh, I don't have to edit, and well, I am doing thumbnails, but
this is a smart idea. I love all these interviews. It's good content too. I think it's going to be so good for people to see all these different perspectives, and
I hope so. It's been fun. This is totally my husband's idea again, and the Monday collaborations were his idea.
What an awesome guy! He's so supportive.
Oh, he is. Yeah.
I love good involved husbands like that. That's
when awesome. I can't get him on here, he'll like come in here and run away if he sees the camera. So
you will in time.
Early Mother's Day present, Candy said.
Yes.
Awesome. Okay. Well, guys, if you have any last minute questions, put them in the chat, but we are going to get to her final 3 here. Okay, now that I was messing with it. Here we go. So what are qualities of a good teacher?
I think the most important is just a love for the kids. I think the best teachers are the ones who see kids as these little just humans of potential. You know what I mean? You have to love them in order to deal with the challenges and to, I don't know. You just have to love those kids. You have to do this for the love of the kids, or you will get overwhelmed by all the changes and the IT problems and, the difficult kids. But every kid is just a moldable, pliable little human, and you're part of that. And that's cool. I just think that best teachers are those who just love the kids, that are excited to be part of that process. So that's the first one. I think the second good quality is resilience. I think that's true for VIPKID or brick and mortar. Just resilience is so, like I said, dealing with the changes that come. You just have to be resilient enough to see that changes are normal. Changes will become a new normal. Get through it without complaining and making it become a negative part of your life. And then the third good quality is these are all kind of intertwined, is thick skin. You're going to get bad feedback. You're going to get a mean kid or a difficult kid. And you just got to have thick skin to realize that these are kids. And remember, you love kids and it's not personal. They're kids. So if you love those kids and you're resilient through changes and you got thick skin, then you'll be a fantastic teacher.
Good. Hey, Cindy Bennett. Cindy Bennett wants to know if you use an iPad or what kind of computer do you use?
Excuse me. Oh, I want an iPad. I have a 6-year-old iPad that won't update anymore. But I was talking to my friend Jessica, she might be on here, Jessica Allender, a different really good friend.
Oh, I've seen her.
Yeah, she's one of my VIPKID BFFs. we were talking about, she has a gaming computer. I was talking about how I got a teacher no-show last week, and this computer is so slow to start up. I did oversleep, but I would have had enough time to get to class if my freaking computer would have started and loaded the app. And so she was talking about gaming computers. Then someone said, just get an iPad devoted to teaching and on a stand. That's the fastest and the cheapest. So if you have iPad recommendations, send them my way, because I don't think I can really invest in a really big, nice computer right now. But if I had an iPad, and the problem with this computer too is, I don't know if you guys know Devin, he's the VIPKID guy. He's very tech savvy, and he messaged me and was talking about like RAM and things I can do to speed up my computer. But it's slow because of all the YouTube videos, like really big movie files on it. Anyway, this is a very relevant question. I'm going off on this. I need an iPad just for teaching and a computer just for YouTube videos is what I found out. And I need your iPad recommendations. So no iPad, but I want one.
I have an iPad. It's not just for VIPKID, but every night it goes right here on my desk, and it has saved me at least 6 times when something was happening with my computer, or I was in a hotel one time and the Wi-Fi couldn't connect, so I just had a hotspot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you have it on a data plan? Do you have it on a data plan with your phone provider?
No.
Oh.
No, I just connect it to my phone. But I will say you should go to the VIPKID iPad users group. They've got great recommendations for iPads, and Cindy will let you know, like, hey, time to update your iPad. And that Facebook group has a plethora of information about iPads, and like, even she tells you, even like, it's not set up for level 8. You can't use it on level 8. So yeah.
Oh, okay. Good. I will. I see that she just said, maybe if you get iPad group Facebook. Okay.
Oh, good.
That's good to know. That's a good point. Someone else said that to me. If your Wi-Fi goes out, you can connect to data or just grab your phone and connect to the hotspot. So that's something my computer would take forever to do. So if an iPad can just immediately grab whatever internet's available.
You just want to make sure to have it set up for when you're ready, because it's not something you can just do if you've never had it set up before, So I do the updates whenever Cindy tells me it's time to update, and so it's ready to go. But yeah, it's great.
Join that group and listen to Cindy.
Yeah, definitely.
I'll do those things.
Okay, I think I've answered. If I missed anything, just put it down in all caps and I'll check it out. So where do you see yourself in 5 years or 3 years, whatever?
I love that question. I love that question, because I haven't been asked that question in a long time, but it's fun to think about, because if you think back 5 years, I never would have thought I would be here. Like,
right.
And Nancy did a video where we talked about like our jobs right now, like didn't even exist when we were like in high school talking about what do you want to be when you grow up, Yeah. So that's so I kind of don't know where I'll be in 5 years. It's probably something that I can't even imagine, because maybe it doesn't exist yet, but I like what I'm doing now. I hope to evolve as an online entrepreneur. And I like that. I think about how I'm not tech savvy, and I was so poor and on food stamps when I started YouTube. And I just wanted to help other people get hired with VIPKID because I really needed it. And I just think if I can keep on that track of just building a business around helping people like take that leap to that next step that they need in their life, I don't know what that looks like, but I just want to keep doing this, and it will evolve. I like that Nancy's doing a course. I'm trying to think of new ways that I could sell content, produce content. Yeah. I don't know what my next step is, but I just want to keep growing with what I'm doing now. And right now I'm exploring what that is. I'm like, maybe I'll write a book. Maybe I'll make a course. Maybe I'll do like consulting mentorship stuff, like help people who are trying to grow, and I'll be their mentor, or I don't know, but that's what I want to be doing in 5 years, is this, and just keep growing it.
I love it. I'm in Nancy's course too, and you're in her.
I am in her course.
You're in her video. I need to watch the Instagram one. I need to go watch it again, because I've been doing so much with YouTube that I haven't gotten through all the modules. That's still okay. In week 3.
You have it forever, right? You can go back.
You have it for 1 year, I think, because
a year?
The Kajabi, whatever apps and stuff she's using. At least she's trying to figure all that out. We were her first cohort, so
yeah. You're the learning group, the guinea pig.
I love it though. It was great.
Yeah, she worked so hard on that.
Oh, Kim, good question. What is your biggest in-class regret?
My biggest in-class regret? Oh, wow. That's a tough question.
Mom, YouTuber, teacher, podcast, crushing it. That's cute.
How do I explain that to people? Are like, what do you do? Like, what do I do summed up in a word? My biggest in-class regret, I think this revolves around parent feedback that haunts me. I've talked about this before. I got parent feedback from someone. Oh, it was so like, oh, there was a little girl named Kasie. I'll never forget this. This was like one of my first classes ever. And when she got to class, she was very sad, like looked like she'd been crying. And I was still a brand new teacher, and I'm a fast talker by nature. You probably couldn't notice, but I talk fast. And so I was still a fast talking teacher, and she was very upset. And so I kept trying to get her to smile. And now I would never do this. Like I've learned enough about, I've done enough self-work about like emotions and happiness that I can hold space for someone who's sad, even a student. But I kept trying to get her to smile. And I was like, smile, Cece, smile. You have a beautiful smile. And first of all, she was young and had no idea what I was saying. Second of all, I was talking too fast and I was uncomfortable by her sadness. And so I was like, smile, Cece, smile. So I think I scared her. So anyway, I got bad feedback for that class. Imagine that. And the mom said something about like, because I already had a lot of good feedback, and she said something that was like a personal insult. It was something along the lines of like, this is not a good teacher. The pictures, the feedback is about beautiful, but not quality. And I was like, that translates. I don't know if that's translating well, but I think what you're saying is like people only book me because of pictures or something, and that I'm not a good teacher. And ouch.
Right.
And she mentioned stuff about me talking too fast and me intimidating her kid. And I was like, I can't even argue with that. I watched the playback and was like, oh, I was aggressively trying to change your mood and make you smile. Like, that's like, I cringe at my behavior in that class. And so I've learned a lot since then, but that's like, in-class regret.
I think that's definitely a growing experience there though. I mean, because our hearts tell us that we want to make them happy. You know?
Exactly.
How can I make you happy?
I want to be that teacher that changed your day, but I was so new and I didn't have the skills to do that. And so it came off as aggressive, I think.
Yeah.
We all learned. It was a live and learn. Yeah, exactly.
Mm-hmm. Let's see. Okay. I read that one. Oh, what's your biggest success? In-class success?
Oh, my biggest in-class success? I don't know, just helping. I can't think of one, but I can. You actually asked a question about this.
Did I?
There was a question. Oh, do you have a favorite teaching moment? So I'll just kind of, I have these, those examples I wrote down relevant. So it has to do with my success, I guess. Last week or 2 weeks ago, I taught a kid named Vincent, and his parent expectation note was like a more engaging, interactive teacher, like help this kid get out of his shell. I think he's 11 or 12. And when I first taught him, I could tell he was very reserved, like maybe nervous, like 11 or 12-year-old boy would be, like in a class with a foreign teacher, just nervous and kind of in his shell. And so I was kind of like determined to, like, in a more tactful way than 2 years ago, but to kind of get this kid out of his shell and bond with this kid. And so I kind of just looked around. I asked him what he did that day. And I noticed in the background what I thought was a piano, but it was covered up and had stuff on it. And I was like, Vincent, is that a piano? And he was like, yes, that's a piano. And then I was like, do you play the piano? And he was like, yes, teacher. And I was like, can you show me? And he like kind of acted like, can I? Am I allowed to do that? And I was like, go play the piano. And he went over and holy cow, this kid can play the piano. And then the next class, in the middle of like reading about domestic like flights at the airport, we were in that one.
Yes, I'm in that one.
He goes, teacher, cover your eyes. And I was like, okay. And I covered my eyes. And then I was sitting with my eyes covered for a while. And then I was like, should I be doing this? And then he goes, okay, teacher, open your eyes. And he was doing this. And I was like, and then he uncovered it and he was holding all of these piano trophies and awards. This 11-year-old boy like was so excited. He'd been probably thinking about that during the whole class. He was in the middle of the class and he made me cover my eyes and he showed me his piano awards and he had tons of them and he's so good at piano. So that's one of my biggest successes is that I was able to bond with this kid whose parents was like, he needs a teacher who can bond with him. And I play piano. So I was like all about that. Wow. Yeah. And I don't know. It's just such a good feeling to get that kid to feel like he has a teacher he can trust and be, and try. And I don't know. I've had a few moments like that. And those are easily like, oh, this is the best feeling. Just, you know, that kid trusts you and is comfortable with you. And you maybe broke down that nervous wall and that can make a difference. And they're like, you know, skyrocketing to learn English is once they're comfortable with a teacher, they're going to talk and not be afraid to make mistakes. And that's, That's it.
Aw, I love it. Love it, love it. Janice Combs, can profile video be done on iPhone? I don't
Yeah.
have video editing experience. Yeah, mine was done on an
Hey,
iPhone.
who asked that?
Janice Combs.
Janice Combs, go to Teacher Michael. He edits videos for you. If you just film it on your iPhone sideways, so horizontal, film what you want to say, and you send it to him, and he just charged like $20. I don't know what he charges. But anyway, he will edit it and add features and stuff to make it really good. But if you don't want to do that, just go watch his videos. He shows you how to do it. But yeah, turn it sideways, edit, and then you can use iMovie, and there's tutorials. So that's what you can do, because most people don't have video editing experience. So yeah, simple on your iPhone.
iMovie's a good choice. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I watched Teacher Michael's videos on editing too.
Yeah, I send them to everyone. I'm like, this is about as clear and helpful as it gets.
Yeah. At first I saw him with all of his puppets and everything, and I thought, wait, but I think, is he the one that does like a one take iPhone editing or something? I think he's got a video with it, like a one take one, or how to be prepared for it or something.
Yeah.
Let's see. Good question. I asked a student his favorite food. He said dog meat. I said, oh, is it delicious? How do you respond to that cultural differences like that?
I would probably be like, I love my dogs are my pets. Oh my goodness, that's so funny. Like, and then move on, because that makes me uncomfortable. I don't stay on uncomfortable subjects. I'll just move on. It's okay to be different. You have to move on. It's okay.
Does it taste like chicken? I don't know.
I don't want to know.
I wouldn't ask that. I was just kidding. Oh yeah, Tara said she's gotten pretty good at changing the subject and moving on. Some of our students are so talented, especially with instruments.
Blows me away.
I can't remember what's the Chinese instrument guy. Oh, I have to show you guys. She is like amazing. She played it for me for Christmas.
I know what you're talking about. When I was in Beijing, I went to some kid's house. They had one. It was like I don't remember. I have a picture somewhere.
All right, I'll have to look that one
up. Look it up. Yeah, I don't know either.
Let's see. Oh, thanks, Tim, for coming. Fun to listen to you guys chat. Both of you are so engaging. It's Saturday night here. You guys trumped Netflix. Woohoo! Hey, Angela. High five.
Is that Netflix? You got some competition. Give me a documentary.
Cindy said yes. Easy with iMovie. Yes, he does. My tip for video is few words.
That's right.
All I do is watch VIPKid teacher videos or make them. Yeah. Great. Okay, so what is your favorite resources? Teaching resources or professional development?
I love Instagram. Once I discovered all the VIPKid teachers on Instagram, I think that's my favorite resource because it's video and picture oriented. So like I follow, who do I love right now? Teacher Kaylee always hops on and will be like, oh, I did this in my class and this was helpful. I used this prop and they loved it. I just feel like it's real time teachers saying what just happened and it's super useful. Or Facebook groups, like the iPad group, like the Google Slides group. I mean, there's a Facebook group for everything. So, I mean, of course, the portal and the Hutang and the library on VIPKid. Right. Outside of that, I love Instagram. Follow like a VIPKid teacher hashtag. Go to the main, if you're new and you're looking for resources, I would say go to the VIPKid's main page and just look for who follows them or who's interacting and go look at them and go see what they're doing. If they're engaging with the main page, they're probably good people to follow and see what they're up to. And then you make a VIPKid virtual friend. I think that's another good resource. Like I talked about my friend Jessica Allender. I've never met her in person, but she's like my VIPKid friend. Like she'll always share her stats with me and we'll talk back and forth about like what's going on with IT issues or like her computer recommendation or her kids. She actually recommended me to her Disney travel agent for my Disney World trip. And so she's like my VIPKid friend, even though we've never met in person, but I feel like everyone needs to find their like VIPKid match, you know?
Yeah.
And that's been such good research. And all the other teachers I'm friends with, like I talk to Tim sometimes too, that we've been talking to, and Michael and Nancy and Aaron and Sammy and Tina. They're all like I chat with those people every single day about stuff. You just got to find your VIPKid tribe. And that's like the best resource because you all come from different experiences and backgrounds and you can chat in a group and say, I just happened, you know? So that's my advice for people looking for good resources is find a good group that you can message.
Yeah. So this is the instrument.
Yes.
Yeah. So she played this for me for Oh, it was for my birthday. That's what it was.
What's it called? Golfwin?
Oh,
Golfwin?
G-U, oh, she spelled it this way. Guzheng.
I'm not even gonna try to pronounce that.
Gujeng. I don't know. Thing. I can't say it, but but it was awesome to see her play that. And she's little. She's like,
And those are tall. Those are big instruments.
it was laying on her table, and she was
Yeah.
just, yeah, it was so
Awesome.
cool. You talked about, and I'll see I'm all in different places. Oh, so a while ago when I messaged you, you didn't get it. I wonder if Teacher Michael ever got my message.
Yeah.
I'll have to
I don't
reach out to
know.
him again, but he's so busy right now too.
Try him on Instagram. He's pretty responsive on Instagram messages.
Oh,
Before I
really?
message Michael. Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Oh, we have another question. Are you good for another question?
Yeah.
What do you do when a child is so far below level and their LPN parents won't lower their level?
I don't know if I've had that happen more than once. I mean,
Yeah.
sometimes I'll get a student like that and I feel like I don't see them again, or they will adjust it. I mean, the parents are paying for it, so you'd think they'd adjust it. But then I just Dora. I've had this happen in trials a lot. You know, it happens in trials. So I will just Dora and I'll just like wait for them. And if they don't, I'll just like, yeah, good job, repeat it and then move on. And then at least they're going to watch the playback and say you did a good job. But if you panic in the class and try to call the fireman and try to sit, you're probably going to get bad feedback. So just assume, like, for whatever reason that they want that kid in that level, your job is to just stick to the basics that you know and give a good class. They'll watch it, maybe still get there in time. Don't give them any reason to give you bad feedback, because that's what you do. You deliver it Dora style. You use your props in TPR. You be patient. You give them that waiting time to respond, but then you move on. Because as a parent, that's what I would want them to do for my kids. I want them to be patient and try, but then keep moving on. And then I could watch it, and then I can be the one to be like, she's saying ball, you say it. Like, come on. You know, afterwards I can go through it with them. So that's what I would do.
Right. Great advice. That's great. What is Eric's Instagram? I'm not sure. We'll have to look it up. Oh, Candy. Candy. I know why you want Eric's Instagram. Not VIP kid related. She thinks he's a cutie. Can I say that on here? I can say it because she's written it in my chat box a million times. At Kasie and Angela and everyone, can't wait for the next journey. I know.
Right?
I was supposed to go last time. I know. We all plan on meeting up. There's like, I don't know, 10 of us. They took me in when I was new, and I would love to meet them all.
That's the best part about those meetups. I feel like the same thing happened when I was in Nashville, but we don't talk about Nashville, but yeah.
Oh, yeah, never mind.
Yep. But journey also, yeah.
Tara said she's off to go get ready for the baby appointment. Yay, Tara. Love the chat, ladies.
Thank you. Thanks. I should go homeschool my kids too, probably.
Yeah. Well, that is all we have today. Thank you so much for coming on here.
Thanks for having me. This was fun.
It was okay?
It was like a good solid hour of just talking. You're easy to talk to. You're good at this.
Oh, thanks. Oh, it was an hour too.
I know. You're a good interviewer, because these are really interesting and thought-provoking and just fun. This is good stuff.
Thank you. Luckily, I have lots of help in the chat too.
That's important. You've got a good system. This is awesome.
Well, thank you again. And thank you everybody for the chat. We still have 20 people in here listening. You guys are amazing. Thanks for supporting me and Angela today.
Thank you. Yes, this is awesome. That chat thing, this is so cool. I've never done a live like this, but now I want to. This is super cool.
Let me know anytime.
Yeah, invite me back. Give us a subject too. Like, I feel like this was a good general chat, but like if someone wanted to be like, let's have an interview and you guys can talk about, like, I don't know, a certain topic, that'd be cool too. Like a focused chat. Like, I don't know. This is
think about it. Let me know.
I don't have anything in mind. I was just thinking about that. I don't know.
Yeah.
We'll figure it out.
we'll figure something out and come back for you guys. So, all right. Oh, Candy said this is the best chat. Thank you, Angela and Kasie.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you again. We'll see you next time, Angela.
Bye.
I'm like TPR. I've been doing it all day. Like,
see you next time. Time to say goodbye.
Bye. Bye. Now if I can end it correctly.
I know, that's always the fun part. Sitting there smiling while you try to end it.
Okay, I got it.